Megan and I'm a zookeeper here at Brook Zoo. This week we are featuring our African crested porcupines on our virtual field trip. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the New Brunswick government has mandated that we close our doors to the public. However, we are still here every day to take care of the animals. What does that mean? We've decided to bring the zoo to you, and all we ask is for $1 or $2. Click the donate button below or check the video description for easy ways to donate today. Now who's ready for some fun?
Hey Megan, I think there's a monkey on the loose. Have you seen it anywhere?
I haven't seen it anywhere, but we'll be sure to keep an eye out.
Where could it be?
We have 2 African crested porcupines here at Brook Zoo. Their names are Spike and Prickles. Our African crested porcupines hail from mostly northern Africa, but any warm region in Africa essentially. These are the largest type of porcupines in the world, so they can grow to be over 3 feet long and up to about 60-65 pounds. So ours weigh in somewhere around the middle range for that. So what makes these porcupines unique? Their size, their considerate size difference from what we would see here in North American porcupines is one of the most significant differences. So we talk often about the difference between North American porcupines and their short quills, little dark bodies, and their ability to climb trees. These porcupines actually hang out mostly on the ground, so they can swim. They are capable of swimming. However, they prefer to stay in burrows or dens during the day and come out to hunt at night. And their considerable size difference is important for many reasons. So the largest type of predators that North American porcupines would face would be foxes, coyotes, otters, other types of martens, weasels, and such. In Africa, porcupines there must face much bigger predators, so they would be taking on things such as lions, leopards, hyenas, and wild dogs. So the considerable size difference is for defense and just for the region that they come from. So Africa is home to not only some of the biggest cats in the world, but also some of the biggest rodents. So these guys are rodents, which means they have ever-growing teeth. We are going to talk a little bit later in the week about a couple of different important things that we do to maintain their teeth. However, it is very important for you to know that their teeth never stop growing. That means they have to be continually taking care of them. No, they don't have a porcupine dentist, but very close. And like I said, stay tuned for the rest of the week because we'll give you a lot more information on that. African crested porcupines are unique, as mentioned, for several different reasons. So these guys don't have barbed quills like their North American cousins. They actually just have different lengths of quills for different parts of their body. This quill here actually comes from the top of their head, the crest or the crown, the top, their little mohawk that sits on top of their head. And so when in a threat display, they actually can raise their little mohawk up in the air just to let animals that may be in front of them know that they are defensive. One of the main myths we hear about porcupines is that they can shoot their quills. That is actually not factual. They do require full contact in order to release their quills. So this quill comes from the main threat display. So as you can see, it's very long. It comes from what you would see when they stand all of their quills up. This would be around the fan or around the outside. So this is a very impressive thread display. These quills can get to be over 2 feet long, and they are much thicker than this crown quill. So this is very, very flimsy. This one is still made of keratin, just as this one is, but much less flimsy, a lot sturdier. One of the last quills that we have is their tail quills. So these guys have significantly different tails than all of their cousins. So porcupines like the prehensile tail porcupine and the North American porcupine, they have longer tails with longer reach. So these guys have very short tails for a few different reasons. First of all, so predators can't grab onto them, but also they have a very unique defense display. So they actually are able to rattle their quills. So this is for 2 reasons. One, like a rattlesnake, it warns you that they're upset, they're scared, they're defensive. It also helps loosen the quills. So you can see here, So these are encased in like follicles, kind of like feathers or like your hair. So they do actually have to loosen them in order to back up into something and make contact. So these quills come from the tail, and this comes from the lower back end. So they're a lot shorter than the other quills that I had, and they're much denser. So these are completely solid. Once again, still just made of keratin, but a lot thicker and made for significant impact because they would have to get a lot closer to their body in order to have these quills make contact with them. So any predator would have to be very, very close to the porcupine in order to make contact with these quills. Therefore, they're a lot thicker and a lot shorter because they would be their last line of defense. Initially, it was thought that crested porcupines were brought into the Mediterranean by Romans. However, recently there have been discoveries that there are fossils of crested porcupines. Therefore, we know that they are naturally occurring on the Mediterranean and were not used. IUCN lists African crested porcupines as least concern. However, overpopulation of humans has caused an infringement on their territory, and therefore they are being shot and killed by farmers just to protect their crops. It is important just to draw light to that humans infringing on animals' territories is the #1 cause of animals becoming endangered or extinct. Thank you for joining us on our virtual field trip today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Atlantic time for another adventure with Spike and Prickles. Make sure to check the comments section on tomorrow's video for the answer to today's questions.